What is up, you guys? Miss Moss Yas. So, I went down the rabbit hole a little bit last night, and I've been pondering this for a while, and these videos that I'm about to show you have just got me thinking, and I want to put this out there just to see what other people have to say. You can say that it's batshit crazy. You can be like, yo, I actually saw one, da-da-da-da, I just don't even know. I want to know your thoughts and your opinions and your everything on what I'm about to show you. It's going to be weird. I'm about to show you right now how weird, okay? Like, what the fuck? Is this even real? I was scrolling through TikTok because I was trying to find information on YouTube, and they don't have shit. It's weird. But when you go to TikTok, they have stuff on it, and I actually think because it's not censored as much as YouTube. I don't know why they're doing that. Lame! Quit censoring yourself. Or become a kid's platform or something. I'm gonna shut up. Anyways, yeah, this shit's weird. Do you guys think that this is real or fake? Is this a real thing? Look.
Aquí presentamos el video del ser humano que se dice reptiliano y para constatarlo, pues mueve su lengua que presenta ahí una...
That looks real. That looks fucking real. What do you think?
Situación, dadas las características de que pues los seres humanos no tenemos así la lengua, pero pues aquí surgen muchas incógnitas. Pues ahí está, creer o no creer, derecho de todos. Increíble.
What the fuck? I've seen a million of these. Hold on. For the longest time, I was like, this is fake. The whole eye thing, you know, because people could easily manipulate that or edit that or whatever, you know. But after I did some more research and just everything, I don't know. I'm not all the way saying that I fully... Well, actually, I don't know, dude. I don't know. Let's just watch this.
Ja, nogmaals.
Ja, soms. Yeah, I actually put this little compilation together. I downloaded them from TikTok because YouTube ain't got shit because they censor everything and it's lame. So I'm about to put some shit.
But this is a reptilian, shape-shifting baby. And what I'm telling you is they don't let children...
Oh my goodness gracious. Doesn't this look real though? Or am I just like, I need to go to sleep or something? You guys tell me.
or babies go home from the hospital that look like this. If they're sick or have some sort of disease, they're going to put them in an incubator and pump them with all kinds of anti-this and anti-that. And
Oh my goodness. Shit, that looks real. It looks real! Doesn't that look real? It's making the noises and the movements and just all that. And if that's not real, somebody made a damn good fake real baby doll. Alien baby doll. Reptilian baby doll.
बच्चे को बड़ा प्रॉब्लम हो जाता है कैसे हुआ यार संतोष जी दिख रहा है
That's crazy. It's not that crazy to think other beings. We'll talk about that later. Like, I do believe in other beings besides humans. We'll talk about that later, though. Alright.
But he was watching this video right here of a tattoo artist, and this guy's explaining...
Alright, so I've actually seen a lot of videos like this, and for the longest time, I was like, that's just some glitchy shit. That's just, you know, some weird camera whatever that people are reaching, trying to be like, oh, that's a reptilian, you know? And this one I was a little like, I don't see the creature, you'll see, but, weird, it's weird.
Some of this artwork, things like that. But it was the strange anomaly that actually appears on this guy that actually captured the original uploader's attention. So his video is basically showing you this, and he's explaining to you, look guys, I'm not into this stuff, I don't do reptilian things or whatever, but look at this, what is this?
Nose right now.
So let's play this out and you'll watch. You can already see a little bit of a weird anomaly happening on his face right there, okay? Now again, paying close attention, you see something to his left side. Now watch as that begins to materialize more and more. And it actually looks like some kind of a creature. You can see two hind legs there, and you'll see it literally attached to this guy's side, and also partially over his...
I don't see no damn hind legs. Do you guys see the hind legs? If you do, point it out. I just see some weird fucked up shit. I don't see no creature besides a human, you know?
face. And it becomes more clear. And here in a little bit, you're going to see all those weird black and white lines all mixed together like we saw in some of those other examples. And you see it manifesting more and more, whatever it is, but you can actually see something there, some form of a creature.
I don't see no freaking creature. I see like his eyeballs are like dark, like looks like a skull. I don't know, dude.
Again, on the back there, you can see the hind legs, and it looks like it's sitting up on his shoulder, and its head is literally merging into this man's head.
What? Do you guys see it? I'm usually good at
Is this one of those entities attached to this guy's chakras? Now keep watching, and in a second it's just going to disappear. But right here it's fully formed. Whatever this thing is, you can see that it's fully
formed? Look, I don't know. I don't see shit. Does anybody see it? I just see some...
formed, right? Now keep watching, and here in a moment it's just going to disappear. And there it goes. Now I'm just going to pause right there for a moment so you can see it's completely clear. Right? Completely clear.
Let me skip it. Oh.
People don't want to hear it.
This man's face. Controlling him? Is that what we're seeing here? You can see the colors. You can see the shapes. You can see it literally forming a body.
I don't see no body.
And here's another picture of the guy's face. And you look to the right, and again you can see an entity. It literally looks like something is attaching itself to his face. I thought some of these shots were interesting too, just getting closer into whatever this entity actually is.
You know, and we've been told, you shouldn't talk about that. You know, there are other people say, well, you better not talk about the reptilians. Well, you know, bull. You know, why not?
I just have to say something. Something that gets me is I have seen a few, and I've tried to search for the full interviews and all this and that, but I think they want that shit wiped or whatever. I don't fucking know. Or not to be on the internet. But there's a lot of people, like adults, people that have worked with governments and shit. I know a name is written down. I know I just can't say that because I can say whatever I want. But, what I'm trying to say is there are a lot of people that believe what this man is about to say. Like, there are people that believe it. Like, so I'm like, there's got to be something. You know, and I've also watched, like, debunking, or I've watched, like, 2 debunking videos. It doesn't really grab my attention. Maybe it's because I want to believe, but at the same time, do I? I don't really know. I'm going to press play.
According to the Andromedans, they're responsible for 31,712 children disappearing in the last 25 years from the United States. These children were food. And I'm supposed to just shut up and not say anything about it because people don't want to hear it? That's tough. That's tough. You know, Westchester County, in the last 5 years, 3,000 children in Westchester County, New York, have vanished without a trace. Where are they going? Why are we allowing this to happen? And why should people stay in denial about it?
I mean, if it's not the reptilians, it's probably some nasty effort or some, like, you know, sex ring or whatever, which is just as fucked up, but...
To do this, how are they able to do it? How are they able to come up out of this from underground and do it, or do they have...
There are tunneling systems everywhere. They're being helped by the Greys, and also there are groups within the higher echelon that are actually helping them acquire this.
So human beings are abducting the kids and giving them to the Greys who in turn give them to the Alpha Draconians?
That's right. That's part of the deal. They won't come up as long as we feed them down there. You understand? It's about human beings selling themselves out. The echelon attitude here, the needs of
Or
the
it's
few
about them
outweigh the
eating.
needs of humanity. And sorry, that just isn't right. You know, but it's going to have to be humanity that's going to rise up and take the stand. You're just going to...
Fuck yeah, it is. That's what I'm saying, no matter what. Okay, because I've been thinking about a lot of stuff, and this reptilian thing kind of makes sense a little bit more once I, like, dig deeper into it all, because things do seem kind of fucked up. Like, human beings, I feel like the way we have shit set up, and, like, just the way things are, there's something off. There's something off. There's some kind of force that is not wanting human beings to really thrive and grow and be happy and just all that. Like, unless you're had a silver spoon handed to you since birth or whatever, but like, just shit's not set up right. Like, it's just not. And there's this whole theory where back in the dinosaur times, fuck, hold on, I don't know if I can explain this right now. I'll explain it later, but supposedly reptilians are, like, trying to take over shit, you know. I'm just gonna leave it like that and quit trying to talk.
I got off work late one night. I worked some overtime, so I got off at 12 midnight.
This one freaked me out, because the voice, I don't know what it is, but, like, I know that it sounds crazy to be like, oh, you can, like when someone's talking, like, how can you tell if they're lying or not? But this man's voice sounds sincere. But I don't know, he could be lying out his ass. But I believe him, because I've had crazy experiences as well. And I'm sure you guys have, other people have. And if you have, please tell me, because I search for these kinds of stories to, like, give myself validation that, you know, I'm not fucking out of my mind. But another thing that I want to share really quick, actually no, because I feel like it's gonna go too deep. Okay, I'm just gonna share it. So there was a piece of petrified wood that showed me a bunch of crazy scenes. I'm just gonna be quiet because that just sounds ridiculous. We're just gonna watch the video and I'll talk about it later.
I didn't get my workout in that day, so I decided to get my run and walk in before I go to bed. So I went upstairs, changed clothes, came back down, and proceeded to get my run and my walk in. So at first I just was doing my walk, basic walk, and then when I get to my destination, I turn around and I do a little jog and I walk back. But for some reason, that night, I will never forget it. As I was walking, it was a very peaceful night that night. It was very, very quiet because it was midnight. So as I was walking, I seen someone up in front of me coming towards me, but they was kind of far off, and I could tell it was a person. They was human, had a human shape, and you know, and everything. And so, but they was walking. But as I was looking, I was like, oh, somebody else out walking. But I kind of braced myself because you never know what's going on, because it could be someone trying to rob you or someone trying to do something, and you know, just out that night trying to break in houses. So I was alert. So, but as I was looking at this person, they turned and made a left. So I'm thinking, well, it's just somebody's walking, you know. Oh well. But I was still alert. So as I was walking and I got to where they turned off at, I continued to proceed to walk. I didn't see this person no more. So as I proceeded to walk, I got on down, and I got to my spot. Turned around, and I ran back a little bit, and I walked. So as I got to the destination, where this person turned left at, I looked again, this person is standing in the middle of the road. And as I was looking, and I was like, hold up, this person was like a snake, like a standing snake. So as I was looking, I started walking fast, and I kind of picked up, I started running. This thing started chasing me. And as it started chasing me, I kind of looked back. It was like a reptilian looking figure. It had scaly skin.
Oh no.
So as I was running, I could tell that it was running, and it was kind of running with a limp. This thing's tongue was hanging out his mouth, and his tongue could touch his chest if it wanted to.
Oh my lord.
But this thing was chasing me, it was chasing me, it was chasing me, it was chasing me, but I was in shape, I was running hard. And when I got to my spot, to my apartment complex, I looked back, it was gone. That was the scariest night of my life. I would never walk again that late at night. No way, no how. Reptilian
See, the fact that he says, let him finish.
people are real.
He said reptilian people are real. And just hearing his story and him being like, I will never walk outside at night again. Like, I believe him. I believe that he had that experience. And that shit's just crazy, y'all. Tell me your stories. Have you guys ever experienced any other creatures that aren't humans, that are kind of like humans, or, you know, like reptilians or standing snakes, or any giants? Anything like mermaids? I want to hear all the stories. Ghosts?
And the Fox 4 sports team brings us home.
Why do Mr. Ducey and Mr. Egress find it necessary to hiss at the end of their commentary?
You mean a hiss? Like a snake hiss?
Frankly, it's a little annoying.
Come on, there's no hissing.
Edward Egros, Fox 4 Sports.
At the end of...
Check this out, y'all. Mariah Carey knows he's a reptilian.
This is kind of spooky.
Maybe you'll find out one of these days. What animal on earth is scariest? You. I'm kidding. I'm not a fan of, I don't know. I'm scared of snakes. Yeah. Classics. I'm scared of classics. I went with that one. Apples are orange.
Y'all.
See, right there when she was like, I went with that one, because it was almost like she knows that he's like a reptilian or whatever, and she's scared of him. I've seen a few videos, like a cousin of this. I know that you have to like kind of, I know that some people are probably like, how in the hell do you get that from that? But you just have to do some more research, okay? Just let me know what you think. Even if you think that it's bonkers, let me hear ya.
Heard what she just said.
It's classic. I went with that one. Apples are orange.
I went with that one because, yeah, she know.
Well, that's because I'm here with you. I'm trying to just stay up somewhere within the vicinity of where you are. Welcome. Welcome to the vicinity. Well, then why have you not gone to another planet yet? If you can get me a ticket, I'll go. We gotta ask some of our other friends.
They put the truth in the form of a joke. She definitely know he a reptilian.
I've seen areas where I was put into a clean room. If you know what a clean room is, has a drain in the middle of the floor where you can dissect somebody and you just hose everything down when you're done. It's called a clean room. And I knew that there was some reptilian doctors that was on the other side of the door.
They have those in restaurants too.
But there was a platform evidently above the window I was working at, and there was humans up there, and there was, I don't know why they was pushing them off. It seemed like low gravity, and as they was falling, these things was coming out of the wall that looked like electrical conduit, and it would jab them each side of the leg and the inner side and suck all the fluid out of them. And they would look like mummies as they was coming down, but they was coming down all the way to the floor, and they had the shorter reptilian guys down there, and they was throwing the bodies into these burners, and they had this thing on the ceiling that was like half moon shaped, silver, and it would go over to a pile of bodies and pick them up, vacuum them up, or whatever it was doing. I don't know how it was, probably vacuuming them up, and it would carry it over, back the body over closer to a burner. And they had these the short reptilian guys just throwing the bodies and they're burning it up. It's that was kind of disturbing.
Could you tell us what has happened when the reptilians have entered your various homes? They access your home through portal entries, and then they either interact with you in your home or they take you elsewhere. Could you talk a bit about that?
One time, we figured out that they was some kind of entity. My wife was laying in bed. Anyway, just 3 seconds after that, it started going numb from the feet. Your body started vibrating from the feet, and it worked its way up to the legs, up through the hips and the torso of the body, all the way up to your head. But you still knew what was going on. And me and my wife were still able to talk to our teeth to each other. So like, oh my God, you feel that? You know, it's like, yeah, I feel it too. And all of a sudden, they came in and picked us up. Some reptilians picked us up, big ones, and they was holding me up underneath the armpits. That's how strong they are. They carried us through this portal, Stargate, and the first thing I noticed was a realm that was all dark and black. So you couldn't tell which was up or which was down.
Who or what are reptilians? Many of you might have heard of them in a negative way, and a lot of them are doing a lot of negative things in our society. So they're an extraterrestrial humanoid race that essentially they're shifting from 6th density to 7th density, meaning that in terms of matter, they are literally becoming less dense because they are being composed of less matter. So they're shifting more into purely light beings. So because they don't want to lose their physical state, the only way to do that is to not ascend or to slow down the ascension process, which would be to not use love to the highest degree. So what they do is they literally go around and they spread fear through different types of consciousnesses. So they're actually here on Earth, they're amongst our government, our religions, and a lot of our big name organizations that people follow, and they basically instill division and fear. And what that does is it helps people to not ascend to the next level, and that's what their passion is.
I almost believe that shit.
Footnote. The Anunnaki that Zachariah Sitchin talked about.
Look, I've been trying to find this man. I can't find him on the internet because I want to hear his full talks. But, yeah, what that other dude was saying kind of makes sense for me because it just doesn't make sense. And, you know, like, all of the countries aren't really, they are against each other, but there's really like one mastermind behind it. Like, what am I trying to say? I know some of you guys get it. It's hard for me to talk right now. But, like, the presidents and stuff, like, they're not really making decisions and all that. They're just a puppet, is what I'm trying to say. There's really someone behind the curtain that is really doing all the shits. And you never know, it could be a reptilian. You never know, you never know. But I'm going to keep my dome open, you know? And I've seen some shit, and I don't know. I'm leaning more towards, like, I almost believe in the reptilians because there's a piece of petrified wood. I have a little story on my TikTok about it, but I was not on drugs. I have done drugs before. I've done, like, shrooms and acid, you know, nothing crazy, smoked weed, da-da-da. But I was not on drugs. Like, I was sitting in my room and I look across the room and I noticed that my piece of petrified wood, it's not this one. This is a piece of petrified wood, but this isn't the one. I was looking at it and it was showing pictures that were more HD than any TV that we have on Earth and even our eyeballs. Like, I don't even know how to explain it, but it was extremely HD. It was more HD than anything I've ever seen, even with my own eyes. And it was just twisting into all these different scenes. It was like just showing me all this stuff. And I remember my friend was with me, and I was just staring. I was just so stunned and so like, oh my fucking God. Looking at this piece of wood, it for like an hour and a half, like for a while. I remember my friend being like, dude, you really like your rocks. But I didn't really say anything until after, because I don't even know. Like, even till this day, I'm trying to like remember exactly what I saw, and like it's still very imprinted in my mind. But anyways, I saw a bunch of different creatures, humanoid looking creatures, like some Lord of the Rings type shit, and aliens and war and just catastrophe. Honestly, it was scary. Like, once it showed me the aliens, I legitimately got spooked. And then maybe it kind of sensed my fear or whatever, but it kind of slowly started to solidify. And at the very end, there was a girl looking at me through the side of whatever she's on, and she's just as freaked out and like trying to absorb my side as much as I was hers. And then at the time, her eyes were red, but then once everything started to fully solidify, her eye turned gold, and I can still see her eye in the wood. And I will never forget that. But like, since I've been like diving into this whole reptilian and that's pretty much it for the past whatever. Other creatures, what other creatures are there? I don't freaking know. What other creatures are there? But anyways, reptilians. And when I think about things, I don't know how to explain it, but like, man, it's hard to explain. Like, sometimes you just like feel something is true, you know, and some of this shit just seems a little true. And even in like the movies and like TV shows and shit, like they put it right in our face. And it just makes so much sense to me. Like the music, everything, like the way that they're trying to push out this trashy, nasty, fucking kill your mama, smoke crack, fucking fuck your whatever, you know, like when it comes to music and just, I don't freaking know, dude. It's hard for me to get out what I'm trying to say. So I'm going to continue the video, and I'm probably not going to cut that out. Hopefully I made sense. Even though what I said doesn't make any freaking sense at all. A freaking piece of wood showing me some shit. The thing that really tripped me out though, okay, so after all that happened, I looked into petrified wood, and I have, anyways, fuck, I can't, it's hard for me to talk about this right now. Supposedly petrified wood, it can show you the past from like millions and millions of years ago. And it did, okay? It did. And shit's crazy, y'all.
The Anunnaki are these reptilians, are they not, in most cases?
Yeah.
I'm a little confused about that, because there's this whole thing I've seen on TikTok as well when it comes to rethink your reality. There are people that think anyone that has melanin in their skin is Anunnaki, which isn't a reptilian, you know, but some people believe that the Anunnaki are reptilians. So I don't know what's going on with all that. But I actually have a lot to say about that whole spiritual shit. I'm gonna get to that in another video. Let me let this thing go.
But there are some positive Anunnaki, are they not? Aren't there? In other words, that have started to change their ways, let's say.
Yes, and we got these blue people too. They got a little hair on their legs, but they're nice people. Okay, they're helping.
And they're very tall.
Yes.
Yes.
And but
I've been in touch with them as well.
Cool.
Okay, so actually 2 days ago, I'm sorry I keep stopping it, but so my uncle, which is a super duper trooper fisherman, supposedly I found out that he believed in mermaids, and that just was like, it struck me as like, no, he fucking doesn't, you know, like he's a very like fucking, I'll go live in the woods and fucking, I don't know, just very, very country, and like just doesn't seem like the type that would believe in mermaids at all. But I messaged him and was like, yo, do you believe in mermaids? And he's like, yes.
Yeah.
Wonderful. They're good people.
Yeah.
Wonderful. But we're just talking about twos and threes here. We've got, you know, documented 23 different types of extraterrestrials, most of them being good people, okay? But then we've got these massive capability with facilities of the Draco extraterrestrial side that, you know, they're controlling. And they don't just control this planet, we're just one of their planets that they control.
Is Mars under their rule or not? Because I know we have bases on Mars.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
And so
I don't know, for some reason when he said yes, then I don't even believe him. But I don't know shit at all. I ain't been to Mars. I have not been to Mars.
One of the whistleblowers out there says there are wars going on because there are different bases on Mars between those bases.
Okay, and yes, many people, including myself, have watched partial wars with vehicles diving on top of other vehicles.
I believe that, because on the wood was showing me some crazy shit like that, like just war, like the war with all these different creatures and all these different worlds, and like people ducking, like, You know, like when you're in school and they're like, oh, tornado drill or somebody's shooting up or whatever, and you have to go hide. It was like people were doing that, like humans were. It was scary. I'm not gonna lie. At first I was amazed and like what the fuck is happening? And then I was like, oh my lord, what are you showing me?
From the coast right here, halfway between Long Beach and Catalina Island.
Oh, sure.
4, 5 o'clock in the afternoon. 2008, 2009, both. Okay? Watched them both.
One of my witnesses was killed. He was the guy who ran iPod.org. It's a website that was out there, and he had set up a camera on his balcony and filmed wars at night over
Unbelievable.
Like off the coast.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
And eventually they killed him.
Yeah.
Now, of course, it's the Dracos or whoever that killed him, right?
Yes.
So, let me just ask you, do you feel that you're psychic enough to look at someone and know if they're Draco or not, or reptilian and shapeshifted?
I have said that I don't have that ability. I at times pick it up,
right.
Okay? But I don't have that expertise.
Shoot, after watching these videos, or after last night, I don't know what it was about last night, because I've been watching this shit for a while. It was just something that just clicked and shifted in me to where I was like, whoa. I still don't know what the fuck, and this is just to like talk about it and see what you guys think and see if you guys have any stories and just all of that good jazz.
Okay.
But I can, for some reason, I know that SOB that was right down the hallway right here when we came in could be a problem.
Oh, wow.
And I don't know why he was down the hall. We sort of were on the run to get in here because we wanted to get started. I saw him, okay? And I don't know what that was.
Yeah. No.
He knew you were here.
Yes. Oh, come on. We're It's crazy.
Yeah. No.
Well, I want to talk about AI as well. And I don't know if we're completely done with this reverse aging idea.
Well, I think it's far enough to say that that's real, that within supposedly less than 24 months, that program is going to be available to some people. Now, if you have enough money and if you have enough facilities, maybe you can get on the list first, okay? I don't know how that's going to work.
Well, there's also a spiritual component to all of this that we haven't really dealt with yet. But I also, I have so many questions, and I know that you probably have a few. So I want to give you some time. So at a certain point, we got to manage our time.
Okay.
So one last question in regard to this whole sort of scenario and, Draco, reptilians, etc. Mark Richards talks about the raptors as being a group of reptilians that went off planet after the dinosaurs. That when they said that dinosaurs went extinct, they didn't actually go extinct. But they're a certain group of them, from what I understand, went underground and stayed here. And then a certain group actually left the planet.
What? I have a question. Like, what human wants to live forever? Like, stop their aging? I don't get that. Now, I could see a reptilian wanting to do that if they, like, fucking, switch out humans like yo, which I wonder how they even do it. Like, I need to become friends with the reptilian. If there are any good reptilians or humanoid creatures out there, we can become friends. I won't judge you. I won't tell no one. I'm just kind of kidding. But I'm curious. I want to know.
Yeah, they are putting it right in our faces. I don't know if you saw the season finale of Double Feature, the alien version, but check this out. This is the last episode.
Play out, it was clear that you were going to take some lumps.
There was a villain guy in the White House with me inside it. This goddamn war.
The war is performing a very important function.
It's destroying my presidency.
I have to. You were little, and you needed to get a needle. Sometimes the doctor would distract you. He would show you a toy, and then, while you were playing with it, he'd jab you. If people are focused on the war, they won't be thinking about all of the Americans going missing.
And what about the Vietnam War?
Or them getting rid of the American dollar. Like, I know that shit's true. You gotta be dumb to think that. I really wish that when it came to shit like that, human beings would, like, wake the fuck up. Really, because there are so many more of us against the whatevers, the 13 families, the people that own the shits. Supposedly there's one man that owns all the banks. And supposedly, maybe I shouldn't talk about this, I don't really know all the way, but in China and, like, somewhere else, they're, like, starting a whole new currency. Or, like, Russia or something, they're trying to, like, take away the American dollar. Something like that. But I don't know. I do believe that there are some MFers out there that want to, like, conquer all and fucking take over this and take over that. And that's always been a thing. Even the reptilians supposedly are trying to take over the world, which supposedly they already have, like, through government and just how everything is set up now and the way we go about, like, education and food and just keeping a roof over our heads, just everything. It makes no sense to me. But another thing I want to say is, don't believe anything that I say, and don't believe anything from these videos unless you want to. I think everyone should decipher for themselves and just, you know, make your own opinion. I just feel like I should say that, and we should always do that, even when it's not with videos, just in life. You know what I'm saying?
Will never last 50 years.
Of course it won't. Which is why we have a full menu of distractions prepared.
You think I'm gonna sacrifice?
Distractions can come in many forms.
That's true. Maybe we should distract. Getting us to hate each other over the stupidest shit, like if this is a girl or this is a boy, or like race stuff, just like fucking, what else? Karens. I don't know what else there is. They just fucking try to get us to hate each other. And it still is working. Not really in my world, but I see it. I see it. I see.
And destroy my adversaries, for I am
What?
Wait, what?
A lot of people are gonna think, well, it's fictional, it's American Horror Story, that's what they do. This season of American Horror Story is not even like the others. I'm not even gonna cap. This season was weak, okay? If you're an American Horror Story fan, you already know that this season was trash. Cause what is going on?
So long ago.
But my theory is that with everything going on with the Galactic Federation, they are obligated right now to tell us what the fuck is going on. So what better way to do it than put it inside of a TV show
They've always been
that
doing
is
that,
based
though.
off of fictional mindsets, fictional stories. So of course, this is a season that they want to throw the alien stuff in there. Just a theory. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments.
Katy Perry's strange malfunctions. What is going on here?
That shit is weird. I can't even close one eye. Like, this is me closing an eye. I'm bad at that.
It's like her body switches off.
Dude, her body did just shut off. I've seen a few celebrities act like that, so that's trippy.
Look closely at her pupils. Why are they doing that?
I wonder if Russell Brand knew. Is that why they got a divorce so fast?
A long time.
ago, there was a huge galactic war between the Lyrians and the Draconian
I just found out about the Lyrians today, and I actually resonate hard with whatever that is, you know? I feel like those, whatever, I feel that in me. And I want to learn more about all that. Yeah.
reptilian beings. And the reptilian beings, the Draconians, destroyed the planets in Lyra, wanting their resources and to overthrow and take power. And even some Lyrians betrayed their own people for money and power and status. Millions of Lyrians perished, and the planets were destroyed. The refugees that survived migrated to different constellations within the galaxy, such as the Pleiades, Sirius, Andromeda, Centaurus, and even Orion. All Pleiadians are descendants from Lyra.
Okay, that was the end of my little video that I wanted to show you. And yeah, the first time I watched it, it was definitely way more like, oh my god, I have to show the people this and like talk about it. And I don't think I did a very good job talking about it. I don't know though, we'll see. I'm kind of just like rambling on. I have so much that I want to say about all this, and this is definitely not something a lot of people talk about, I don't think. And I just want to let you guys know this is a judgment-free zone. Unless you fucking hurt kids in any kind of way, then you can go die. No, I'm just kidding. Kind of. That was a bad pun. Yeah. That was interesting. And I actually think I'm going to start doing this more, like videos that I'm like want to start conversation about or see what other people have to say, da-da-da-da. I'm going to do this. So you guys tell me if you like this. And I think I'm going to set up a thing to where I've seen other people do it, where people can request for me to react to certain videos by like sponsoring one. I don't know. I'm going to look into see how people do that. But that would be cool too, to see like if you guys want to show me some stuff and yes, no, maybe. Shit's weird, you know? I feel like if dinosaurs existed, it's not that far off to think some other reptilian creature exists. Not id. I don't freaking know. Can't speak right now, but I do 100% believe in other beings like that aren't embodied, but like, you know, just light or golden sparkles, if that makes any sense. And like shadow people. I've experienced both of those when I was younger. And since I've been like looking into all of this shit, it's got me thinking, because I've always been wondering about that experience that I had. I'll tell you guys about that later. Smash the like button if you want to hear my experience when it comes to a shadow person and then golden dust. It all happened in the same night, and it was something I'll never forget. And I was 13 years old, and since that day, it actually made me petrified. Like after that happened, I was, actually no, before that, when I was younger, I seriously thought I was fucking being harassed by ghosts. Like, I'm not even kidding. I was so obsessed with it for a while because I was just like, what is happening? Like, when it comes to hearing people talk about it and reading books about paranormal and da-da-da-da, and it's crazy. I remember the way that I got off my fear was literally going into the woods at night by myself, which was something I never could do. Like, you have no idea, okay? So I went into the woods at night and I just called out. I screamed and I said, show yourself. Show yourself. If you're really there, if there's something really there, show yourself. And then the forest lit up. I know that sounds crazy, but it wasn't like just a light. It was like the whole forest just like lit up and it glowed. It was wild. It was almost like a part of the hologram just kind of almost like a video game. And I swear it was almost like a light switch. I was like, the fear just like lifted off me. It was wild. But I went through years of driving myself crazy and some real paranormal type whatever. And then when the whole thing happened with the petrified wood, I was like, whoa, like it really opened up my mind to Like, after that happened, I was like, human beings aren't shit. Like, it was, like, that's my first thought was just like, dude, human beings are, like, they're so much more than us. Like, I don't even know, dude. It's hard to explain. But yeah, I hope you have a good day, and if you can't be good at it. So I'm just popping back in here to let you guys know if anyone does want me to react to a video. I just looked up how this other person does it, because when I watch their videos at the end, they're like, oh, if anyone wants to sponsor a video, da da da. I thought that they picked the video, but supposedly they just say your name. Which, if you guys want me to say your name, I'll say your name. But what we're going to do here is, if you guys want me to react to a video, you can PayPal or Cash App, any amount ever. It could be $1, and I will react to your video. As long as it's not an hour. Like, there's got to be a minimum, actually. Like, you know, yeah, it can't be like a fucking 20-minute video or something. I mean, it could, but you know what I'm saying. Like, come on. Or do I even know what I'm saying? But, what else was I gonna say? Yeah. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. What do you guys think about the reptilians? Do you guys believe in ghosts? Do you have any stories for me? I won't judge you. Do you believe in aliens? What's wrong with the world? Bye.